So throughout Gantz, the Tokyo team has fought many strong aliens, the invaders, and they fought about 10 waves. They've had like 10 missions in the manga. So what I'd like to talk about today is like, I've always been wondering this. There's no videos up or anything. How strong is Eeva Gund? So Eeva Gund is regarded as the strongest warrior of the giant alien race, and they call him the God of War. And they hype him up a bit. When the Gantz, like K and all of them, all the people in Japan are forcefully teleported to attack the giant's ship while like everyone's sleeping and stuff or whatever, and they have to go and attack inside and start attacking their people so they can get some hostages and information to make a counterattack, because they're kind of losing the battle right now because the aliens attacked first, of course. When I'm guessing like the two right-hand man of Eeva Gund was next to him, those three had the same armor, but it was clearly different armor. Probably more advanced, stronger armor, which implied that they were different than the rest of the giants' like army. And so in this moment, the two leaders, we have K, even though K's not leading this attack or anything, but he's pretty much regarded as the leader for humanity as we can see it, and Eeva Gund is eyeing him down. So of course K did kill Eeva Gund's brother too, and Eeva Gund's brother got his face and everything and reported it. So basically we have the two leaders staring each other down. So Eeva Gund is pretty hyped up at this moment. So the reason why I made this video is because I wanted to find out if Eeva Gund was the strongest individual alien that we've seen so far in Gantz. Now you might say like, bro, are you serious, bro? The Nurarihyon alien's way too OP. He took out the Osaka's strongest members and everything. But hear me out. Alright, hear me out. Without armor, Eeva Gund has single-handedly taken out 5 of America's team. And 2 of them were one-on-one. But he literally triple killed them when they tried to team up on him after they were done 1v1ing and stuff. And America's team at this point is seen as the strongest team, and they probably, if we were to imagine this, they probably have 5 Okas, because Oka is like, pretty high up there, veteran, 7-time winner. So they probably have like 5 Okas at least. So if one Oka took the Gurarihyon alien to final form, how would 5 Okas do against the Gurarihyon alien? So I'm thinking that America's team can probably take on the Gurarihyon alien, but they can't take on a armorless Eeva Gund. So the reason why it's so hard to power scale Eeva Gund is because he doesn't really have any like outstanding, overwhelming powers other than his like insane speed that like the America's team even says defies logic. So his speed is like on another level, but he doesn't have like regeneration. He doesn't have like telekinesis, but he is pretty strong. Now he has these blades and stuff that helped him in the fight, but he was able to two-shot a Gantz member with just 2 punches. So in the one-on-one, his first 1v1 against the America's team member, he just 2-punched him. And the first punch, you can say overwhelmed the Gantz suit, but it also heavily damaged the person in it. Because as you can see in the fight with the first fight against America's team, he punches him and the guy's like bleeding, blood is coming out of his mouth already. And the second shot was like the finishing blow. The Gurarihyon alien in the Gantz O movie punches Kato once, and it overwhelms the Gantz suit, but it also like pretty damages Kato pretty good. So you could assume that the second punch would probably kill Kato. But I'm not sure because Kato's kind of like a beast. Like he's hard to kill, as we saw in the Buddha arc. So the strength, like physically, of their punches could be about the same at this point. And this is the Gurarihyon alien's final form we're talking about. And we're comparing him to an armorless Eeva Gund. We haven't even seen Eeva Gund in his armor, so he could even be stronger than the Gurarihyon alien. But we're not sure how strong that would be necessarily, because America's team, like pretty much, or all of the like Gantz team, pretty much overwhelmed the giant alien's forces at that point, because they were able to force Eeva Gund to take off his armor, like get all of them to take off their armor and do 1v1s, because they've pretty much been defeated at this point. So if Eeva Gund was really like able to just 1v like the entire Gantz team with his armor, then he probably would have. So I'm not sure how much stronger he is with his armor, because he was able to like 1v the entire America's team without his armor. But of course he couldn't overwhelm the entire Gantz team, as K took him out in the 1v1 with a little help. But America's team, or the Gantz team, could have bribed them to take up these 1v1s and take off their armor, because their power hold, like tower, was left to like one shot after Nishi was like attacking their power core thing that would like kill their entire race. So when he left it to one shot, and then K, stopped Nishi from finishing it, and took out Nishi pretty much, then they probably, at that point, the Giants probably lost, and yeah, the Americas probably could have used that. I'm not sure if they did, but they could have forced the Giants to surrender, seeing how strong America was, being able to take out pretty much every other giant 1v1 other than the very strong, powerful Eeva Gund, who is like seen as a hero for them, much as we see K Korono at the end of the story for humanity. We could also say that Eeva Gund is physically stronger due to his stomp. Like, he was able to literally completely squish a full Gantz suit American teams member with one stomp, and he literally just crushed him like he was a freaking insect. And the stomp from the Buddha statues back in the Buddha arc weren't even enough to overwhelm the Gantz armor with one stomp. So it's like, this guy's stomp is on a different level. And we've never seen the Gurarihyon alien really one-shot anybody with the Gantz armor, but you could say that he was able to one-shot Oka because he came back with Oka just in half. And Oka was still in his regular Gantz suit, just out of the hard suit, which was defeated by the nurarihyon alien's punches. Not even in his final form. It was like in his second to final form, and it took him like quite a few blows to take on the hard armor, but he was able to overwhelm it in the end and like read his moves and stuff and keep Oka on the defensive. So when he comes back with Oka's body cut in half, the building had exploded. So I'm not sure if he probably did not kill Oka off of like a blow from his physical strength. He probably killed Oka with a laser beam shot that we saw out of his eyes when they were doing the final like attack on him with his laser beam eyes. So his laser beam is enough to one-shot a Gantz suit and stuff and slice through it, but so is Eeva Gund's blades and his stomp. But throughout the fight against the Gurarihyon alien, the top Osaka members were pretty much getting read. Their moves are just getting read by the Gurarihyon alien the entire time. So other than like, you know, when Oka came with the Ard suit and pretty much like took out, like, you know, was pretty much wrecking the third form of the Gurarihyon alien. But he was able to later adapt and was overwhelming Oka's hard suit with his fourth form. So his battle sense and his ability to adapt in combat is pretty good. But is it on Eeva Gund's level? Because the God of War Eeva Gund has clearly been through many battles with his name. And when he fought America's team, he did not have to adapt at all. He took control of every single fight and had no stutters, no setbacks, or any problems, except when he fought K. And you couldn't even say that he was analyzing the humans' moves and stuff throughout the like 1v1s before him, because he wasn't even interested in the fight. When you see in the background in the 1v1s, he is not even looking at the fights. He is staring off in the distance to his right, looking off into space or whatever. And the only fight that he was even remotely interested in was against K. And K is arguably the like the like strongest Gantz member of all time at this point, taking down so many aliens for his team pretty much by himself. Like, I guess you could say Oka did it, but he had the help of those other strong Osaka members. K pretty much led the entire team the entire time. And I guess Kato was there for emotional, moral, and like keeping the team together. He was more kind of like a leader. But K was taking control of the fights, and he was coming up with methods and tricks the entire time to stay alive and make sure the Gantz team comes out with points. He even was able to survive twice and take down bosses, the final bosses, twice, that were worth like more than 15 points without his Gantz suit, which pretty much says how strong K is. But obviously, Oka was able to take down a 100-point monster in his past by himself, so we can't just say that K is the strongest that we know of all time with his resume. And we don't know the resume of the other teams, of course, from the American team, which is probably pretty strong, saying that they were able to just run just run it on those Giants top members in those 1v1s. Now, if we knew how strong Eeva Gund's armor is and what abilities it had, then we would be able to power scale it even more efficiently, because all we have is armorless Eeva Gund, who was defeated, but he was able to we could probably say that if K lost or if K didn't fight, the rest of the Gantz members there probably would not be able to take him down without his armor. So with his armor, would he be strong enough to take down K and all of the Gantz members that were on the ship right there next to him? We just never will know, because we never get to see him fight with his armor, really. Maybe a little bit when the humans were invading on the surface, but they kind of just freaking transferred back with the hostage. So yeah, we never will know. The Gantz manga is finished, but what if you say we switch the Gurarihyon alien out with Eeva Gund? Now, would the teams really be able to finish him? Because I guess surprise attacks kind of work on Eeva Gund, but his speed is so quick that he probably would not get shot when they were all just sniping at the Gurarihyon, and he would be able to read Oka's moves when he's in the hard suit a lot faster than the Gurarihyon alien, as the Gurarihyon alien kind of had to get beat up on a bit from Oka. This Eeva Gund is just kind of on a different level in battle sense, and I think that he might be able to do better than the Gurarihyon alien in this situation due to his skill set and his strength. Even without armor, he would probably be able to defend better. Not saying that he's stronger without his armor against the Gurarihyon alien. If they were to 1v1 and the Gurarihyon alien is just kind of taking a lot of shots, he has 5 forms, he's just gonna keep transforming and stuff, but it's looking like Eeva Gund would do better if he was just a single alien swapped out in one of these missions than the Gurarihyon alien. Now, we don't know if he would be able to if he is stronger than the Gurarihyon alien. We don't know that because we never seen him battle the hard suit. So but his blade, you could say that it might be able to slice through the hard suit, as we've seen other aliens just slice the hard suit's arms off, just slice the hard suit. But his blade, when he was using it against those top American team members, they probably have access to the hard suit. So there's probably a reason why they're not using it against Eeva Gund, because his blade has pretty much sliced through every single thing that we've seen him cut in the series so far. So like, we could say that it could probably slice through the hard suit. So saying this, that this difficulty that Eeva Gund poses alone without his armor is pretty much equivalent or greater to 100-point alien. He is at least 100-point alien by himself. And I'd say even with so much unknown information about Eeva Gund, I'd say that he is the strongest alien that we've encountered in Gantz so far. Being really close from what we've seen, because we've seen so much more from the Gurarihyon alien, but I'd say since, like, he's armorless, like, his armor, their advanced technology is more advanced than, like, Gantz technology. So, like, I'd say that it's gotta make him, like, at least a bit stronger. And a bit stronger is pretty much all he needs to have that edge over the Gurarihyon alien. So I'd say without armor, he's arguably as strong as the Gurarihyon alien's final form. And with armor, he is probably the strongest alien we've encountered in the series so far. And that is the power scale of Eeva Gund. Definitely an S tier opponent in the manga villain realm. His story, he doesn't have like a crazy story or anything, but I'd say he is one of my top favorite invader aliens out of the entire Gantz series. And that ends this video. See you guys later.